want to corner them and to bring them to their knees and to get Kim Jong-un to stop threatening. And you cannot just pull these nuclear warheads out and start pointing them toward South Korea, toward Japan, toward Taiwan, toward Guam, toward California. Just can't do that. Gotta disarm. You gotta shut it down. We gotta change the attitude. And what I'm trying to say is they have pushed Kim Jong-un now in a corner. Now Kim Jong-un's either got to get some reasoning here and change his attitude, or his country in the next 6 months to a year will literally collapse. And the people may rise up and literally storm the palace and take him out of power. I just cannot for the life of me can't understand why that hasn't happened by now. I've been saying that in the next 30 days, I really believe this, between now and the end of April, that this is the highest time of potential assassination that could be upon Kim Jong-un than we've ever seen by one of his closest advisors or military generals. Or I'm telling you, if the sanctions are as effective as they are trying to make them, Kim Jong-un may be overrun by the people and taken out of power desperately. Or this man will fire a nuke. And if he fires a nuke, Obama will remain president of the United States. I can promise you this. If Kim Jong-un fires one warhead, a small one, and it hits South Korea, or it hits Japan, or it hits somewhere in the South China Sea, if he fires one nuclear warhead, even a small one, Barack Obama will declare a state of emergency of the world and will probably cancel the election and remain in a seat of power, especially if whoever the candidate is from the Republican Party, if they're not part of the establishment. Well, there's only two left. That's Trump and Cruz. And so if either one of them looks like they may be going to get the nomination, you might see anything happen. So I'm telling you now, keep yourself prayed up, not to live in fear. I don't want you. Don't even think that. I don't even look. There's no fear here at all for the body of Christ. It's awareness. Be aware that if one nuke goes off, if this man fires one nuke, and he could say, "You guys forced me into it," all right? He was already the one pointing them for no reason. But if he fires just one, even if there's not a retaliation back by any nation with a nuke, President Obama will cancel this election, and he'll stay in power another 4 years. And it will be, it's just very possible. And our Congress has sold us out so bad that it's actually constitutionally legal now for him to do it because they've changed the rules. So this is where we're at, folks. It's a serious situation with North Korea. There's no question about it. We are living in days like we've never seen before. And like I've said before, President Obama, if he does step out from the White House and allows Hillary Rodham Clinton to walk in, or maybe someone else, he'll stay in Washington, and you'll see him begin to really work hard to become the new Secretary General of the United Nations. Speaking of that, I'm going to go to that in just a moment. But we have more to talk about. We survived! Are you serious? Heidi, we survived! Astroid Tx68.
Yeah, but Tim sent some more information, and there's much more to come.
I know that. Is that right? And I haven't seen his information, but look, we had 5 asteroids that were just ahead of Tx68. Is Tim saying we got a bunch more now coming behind it? Yeah. Yep. And that's probably more of a threat than the actual asteroid itself. Oh, by the way, we survived asteroid Tx68 for now. It's coming back September 28th, 2017, and it's on a, again, the NASA can never tell us exactly how close it's going to be, and they can't tell you which day. We were told March 8th, and it ended up being last night at 8:42 p.m. Eastern on March 7th. I get a text on my phone. Asteroid just went by. So Tim is saying what? How did you have the information? Okay. And so there's another cluster.
Yes.
Another cluster coming. All right. We'll be checking that out. Is it like in the next 2 or 3 days, or
I think we can just start expecting this.
as a routine? We're in a point in time now where the potential for hellfire and brimstone is now upon us, right? Which is what we were looking at in the Bible yesterday. Potential for, in the book of Nahum chapter 1 verse 4 talks about fire, hailstone, brimstone, fire that's coming upon the earth. Of course, we know what it says in Revelation chapter 8 with the 2 big deep impacts. We know that there's just a process. We're going into this time. Matter of fact, even in 2 Peter chapter 3, I believe it is, Peter talks about the earth's going to melt with a fervent heat. Even the air, the elements are going to melt with fervent heat. So, and Jesus said it in Matthew 24, and he said it in Luke 21 about how the heavens are going to be shaken. There's going to be signs in the heavens, and men are going to die of heart attack because they fear of the things that are coming upon the earth. The powers of heaven shall be shaken. It's just unbelievable. And Michael Fitz just said, Heidi, that on March 10th, 2 days from now, another asteroid, the same size as Tx68, will become even with a closer approach than Tx68 did. And Jamie is saying, yes, we still have debris from Tx68 that's coming in behind it. So we know we had debris in front of it. We know we did. And now we know we have stuff coming behind us. We had an explosion, folks, over Scotland 2 weeks ago. We had an explosion over the Atlantic Ocean about 2.5 weeks ago. All of that was coming ahead of Tx68. We had 5 asteroids that went by the Earth, a lot closer to the Earth than Tx68 was. And we're hearing that we got a lot more coming behind it. So we survived asteroid Tx68 for now, but there is more to come. And of course, NASA, which also could mean never a straight answer, we can't get them to fully lock down and tell us what all they do see. They kind of keep us in the dark, especially this asteroid. They changed the date 3 times and the distance 3 times, and guess what? They finally said March 8th, 3.1 million. It ended up being March 7th, 2.5 million miles. Okay, which that was never mentioned. So, and somebody said there's been 2. Vicky says there were 2 fireball sightings in the United States in the last 2 days, and I'm sure there'll be more and more and more. Like you said, this is going to be the norm, and the question is just how dangerous will it be?